Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Conversation with Friends. And I have a new guest who I met recently in February in Brisbane, and you're going to be very interested to hear about John Mika today. John, you might not know how much this rolls, but basically I'm not going to introduce you because it's up to you to tell our community who you are. So John Mika, who are you and what brings us to be connected in the fundraising world?
Yeah, firstly, thank you for having me, and thank you very much for the invite. So my name is John Mika, um, born and based here in Auckland, Tamaki Makaurau in New Zealand. Um, been a big part of the banking and payment sector here in New Zealand for the past, say, 24 years.
Wow.
I had been very privileged and to learn a lot about credit card processing, a lot of MasterCard, Visa, security, new innovation around swipe card, chip cards, contactless. So that's kind of my background. I've always been part of large non-profit and charities in the past on boards. And I believe one of the major frustrations for me being in charitable organisations was I think the ability or have accessibility to really make to do fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking that I've been part of payment systems for 24 years, I could get my hands on a payment machine where we're doing a fundraiser. It was near to impossible. So it was quite frustrating. As times progressed, we've really been fortunate to see the enablement of technology. And now we've got to a stage now where technology is here and we've been talking about to do it a year and 2 years ago with a lot of put on place technology. So that's kind of a high level overview of where we are. So we've developed an online technology for non-profits and charities, started in New Zealand, and now we've been picked up by Visa Inc. as a Visa fast track company globally. So we're in the launch in Australia, moving over to the US, here in the UK. So
Fabulous. Yes,
it's
you
all come here from New Zealand.
threw in a bit of a curly question a little bit later about something I feel quite strongly about, and that is we love technology, but actually everyone should still be able to give. And what does a cashless society look like? So we'll come on to that in a little bit later. But essentially, you've brought your skills from the banking sector and your passion for, kind of making society a better place and what the charity sector does. You brought them together to develop an app essentially that makes seamless payments to charitable organizations. Is that right?
That's correct. So we enable the mobile phones. Is one thing that a lot of people have these days are mobile phones. Enabling those mobile phones to make them paywave contactless machines with no hardware, that was the key because the growing age of cashless societies had a negative effect to fundraising events, things like
Yeah.
sausages or
Mm-hmm.
and so forth. So this is just another way for us to make payment technology accessible to communities and charities.
Brilliant. So can you give me an example of an organisation either in New Zealand, Australia or anywhere that has, for our fundraisers that are thinking, okay, give us a real practical example of when, you see this at its best. I know you described it was maybe one of your colleagues described to me, and I've always seen an avenue in events. Everyone writes off events that, they're kind of, but I think if you look after event people properly, you can turn them into long-term donors. But that's a conversation for another day. But I know you took it to events, for example. Say you're having a gala dinner. What does your app do there?
Yeah, so we were quite fortunate to be a part of some gala dinners here in New Zealand for a charity here called Cure Kids.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a black tie event. We were able to have people download, the volunteers to download for people to actually do donations right there and then and making things a lot easier for them. We weren't limited to just the amount of hardware we had, so there's POS machines or payment machines. It was just an amount of we could actually have. So where we kind of sit at the moment is one organisation, the Kenya Foundation, and we can potentially hundreds to thousands of volunteers going with that, and they will be collected for the the Kenya Foundation. So we can scale to thousands, where potentially you've got a nationwide campaign. The ability to scale for nationwide campaigns for a lot of non-profits and charities, at the same time provide them automation and reporting. That's kind of the core of what Mika is. Have I got you? Hello?
Cannot believe my internet connection to the house just crapped out. Oh my god! I was just like, we had an outage the other day, and I was like, oh my god! It just said your internet is stable as, and then it disappeared completely. Oh, I am so sorry. This it doesn't normally go like this. Oh,
We good?
we are, and